The night everything changed. Diddy may have entered prison believing the walls could protect him. But one violent confrontation just shattered that illusion. And now the internet is asking whether this was really a random fight or a warning from someone who wants him permanently silenced. Reports circulating online claim Sean Diddy Combs was moved into solitary confinement after an altercation with another inmate. The exact details remain disputed, and prison officials have not publicly confirmed every dramatic version spreading across social media. Still, that uncertainty has only made the story explode faster. Some accounts describe a heated exchange that turned physical. Others claim Diddy believed the confrontation may have been deliberately provoked. That distinction changes everything. A prison fight can happen for countless reasons: disrespect, territory, tension, or a misunderstanding that escalates within seconds. But once people began suggesting that the other inmate may have had a hidden motive, the story stopped being about two men throwing punches. It became a mystery involving fear, power, and the possibility that Diddy may know more than certain people want revealed. For years, Diddy moved through the highest levels of music, business, fashion, television, and celebrity culture. He attended the private parties, made the private calls, and built relationships with people whose public images are worth billions. Now that he is isolated from that world, every incident around him carries a darker meaning online. But there is still no verified evidence proving that Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Roc Nation, or any other celebrity arranged an attack against him. Those claims remain allegations and internet speculation. The danger is real, but the alleged conspiracy has not been established as fact. So here is the question: was this simply prison tension? Or did someone want Diddy frightened before he could start talking? Where are you watching from tonight? Comment 1 if you believe this was an ordinary prison fight. Or comment 2 if you think there is more to the story. Subscribe now, because the next chapter explains why people immediately connected Diddy's confrontation to another shocking prison attack: the Tory Lanez connection. The moment news of Diddy's confrontation spread, social media users began comparing it to the brutal attack on Tory Lanez. That connection may not prove a wider plot, but it gave the speculation exactly what it needed. Another famous rapper, another prison, and another incident surrounded by unanswered questions. Tory Lanez suffered life-threatening injuries after another inmate attacked him inside a California prison. Public statements describe multiple wounds and serious damage that required emergency treatment. Unlike the exaggerated rumors that often flood social media, the core fact that Tory was seriously injured was publicly acknowledged. Still, the motives behind that attack became a battleground for competing theories. Some people argued that it was simply prison violence, terrifying, but not unusual, inside a system where reputation, personal conflict, and survival can collide. Others believe Tory's celebrity status made him a target. Then a more explosive theory appeared: that someone outside prison wanted him hurt. No credible public evidence has established that Beyoncé, Jay-Z, Roc Nation, or any entertainment executive ordered the attack on Tory. Yet their names repeatedly surfaced in online discussions, largely because critics had already accused powerful music figures of influencing narratives behind the scenes. That is how conspiracy stories grow. They rarely begin with proof. They begin with patterns that feel emotionally convincing. A famous artist gets attacked. Another famous artist experiences trouble behind bars. Both have complicated connections to the entertainment business. Then commentators arrange those events into one dramatic storyline. Even when the factual links remain missing, Diddy's case added fuel because many viewers believe he possesses private information about decades of industry relationships. If Tory's attack was viewed as a warning, Diddy's confrontation was interpreted as something even bigger, the possible beginning of a campaign to keep him quiet. But there is another explanation. Fame does not protect someone in prison. In some situations, fame creates resentment, attention, and vulnerability. A celebrity inmate can become a trophy, a challenge, or a source of leverage. The problem is that the public does not trust simple explanations anymore. After years of scandals, hidden settlements, carefully managed statements, and sudden celebrity alliances, Many viewers assume that every major incident has an invisible hand behind it. And one outspoken industry critic was already prepared to name that invisible hand. Jaguar Wright enters the story. Jaguar Wright did not wait for official conclusions. As the Diddy story gained momentum, old clips of her interviews began circulating again. And viewers treated her past warnings like pieces of a puzzle finally falling into place. For years, Jaguar has made sweeping allegations about powerful figures in the music industry. She has accused executives and artists of hiding abusive behavior, manipulating public narratives, and protecting one another when scandals threaten their reputations. Her statements are often dramatic, difficult to verify, and strongly disputed. Yet every time a new controversy erupts, audiences return to her interviews and ask whether she knew something before everyone else. That is exactly what happened here. Jaguar's critics describe her as unreliable, bitter, or motivated by attention. Her supporters see her as an insider, willing to say what others are too afraid to discuss publicly. Those two interpretations create the perfect environment for viral content. Every claim becomes either evidence of courage or evidence of recklessness, depending on what the viewer already believes. When rumors suggested Diddy may have been deliberately targeted, Jaguar's comments about Jay-Z and Beyoncé immediately resurfaced. She had previously portrayed the couple as influential figures with deep connections and carefully protected public images. Some viewers interpreted her allegations as a possible explanation for why Diddy might be considered dangerous. But an allegation is not evidence. There is no verified proof that Beyoncé or Jay-Z directed violence against Diddy. There is also no confirmed evidence that they are trying to silence him. Repeating those accusations as established fact would be irresponsible. What can be examined, however, is why the public finds the theory believable. Did the Jay-Z and Beyoncé have occupied overlapping circles of music, business, celebrity events, and high-level industry relationships? Photographs, collaboration, mutual associates, and public appearances show proximity, but proximity does not establish criminal coordination. Still, audiences look at decades of connections and wonder what happened away from the cameras. Jaguar's greatest power is not that she has proven every claim. It is that she understands the questions people already want answered. Who controls the industry? Who decides which scandals become headlines? Who receives protection? And who becomes the public sacrifice when the pressure gets too high? As those questions spread, Diddy stopped looking like an isolated celebrity inmate online. He became the keeper of secrets, and possibly the man everyone fears could finally expose them. What could Diddy know? Diddy's influence was never limited to making records. He built a network that reached across labels, television, nightlife, fashion, sponsorships, politics, and elite celebrity culture. That history is the reason so many people believe he may possess damaging information about other powerful figures. But believing he knows secrets and knowing what those secrets are remain two very different things. Throughout his career, Diddy was photographed with artists, executives, athletes, actors, and business leaders. He hosted major events and cultivated an image built around exclusivity. The more private the party appeared, the more valuable the invitation became. That created an aura of access, an impression that Diddy saw a version of celebrity life the public was never supposed to witness. When his own legal troubles intensified, people immediately asked whether he would cooperate with authorities or reveal information about others to improve his position. No public evidence confirms that he has made such an agreement, yet the possibility became central to the online narrative. Jaguar Wright even suggested that Diddy's personality would make silence impossible if he felt cornered. That is her opinion, not a verified prediction. Still, it struck a nerve because it fits the popular image of a powerful man losing control of the empire he built. Imagine the pressure. The phone calls stop, friends become unavailable, business partners distance themselves. People who once praised you begin acting as though they barely knew you. In that environment, loyalty becomes a currency, and Diddy may feel that everyone already spent his. This is where the story becomes less about a prison confrontation and more about psychological warfare. Even without an organized plot, Diddy could reasonably fear that other inmates may view him as valuable. Some might want status from challenging him. Others might believe he has money. Connections. Hors information. Rumors alone can make a person dangerous to approach and profitable to threaten. The internet, however, prefers the biggest possible explanation, that Diddy is being pressured because he could expose a network larger than himself. That theory remains unproven, but it survives because the music industry has a long history of secrecy, aggressive reputation management, private settlements, and relationships that suddenly disappear when controversy begins. And if Diddy truly feels abandoned, the most dangerous question is no longer what he knows. It is what he may decide to say when he believes he has nothing left to protect. The power of a manufactured narrative. In celebrity culture, facts do not always win the first battle. The most dramatic narrative usually arrives first, spreads fastest, and becomes emotionally accepted before official information can catch up. That pattern is controlling the Diddy conversation. The confirmed core appears relatively simple. Reports described an altercation, prison discipline, and questions about what happened between Diddy and another inmate. But online commentary transformed that incident into a possible assassination attempt, then connected it to Tory Lanez, Jaguar Wright, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Roc Nation, and decades of alleged industry secrets. Each new connection increased the emotional impact while decreasing the amount of verified evidence. This does not mean every suspicion is automatically false. Powerful institutions have concealed misconduct before. Celebrities have used publicists, attorneys, private investigators, and business relationships to influence how stories are framed. History gives audiences legitimate reasons to question polished statements, but skepticism can become dangerous when it turns into certainty without proof. Once viewers decide that a celebrity is guilty of something, every song lyric becomes a confession. Every old photograph becomes evidence. And every coincidence becomes coordination. Artistic expression gets stripped of metaphor and treated like courtroom testimony. Silence becomes guilt. Denial becomes a cover-up. Even an unrelated event can be forced into the same storyline. That is what happened when listeners revisited dark lyrics from Beyoncé's music and interpreted them as clues about real people. Songs often use fictional violence, emotional exaggeration, character perspectives, and cinematic imagery. Lyrics can reflect anger without documenting an actual crime. Still, the timing made those interpretations irresistible to people already convinced that the public had been deceived. The narrative became self-protecting. If there was no evidence, supporters argued that powerful people had erased it. If someone denied the claim, that denial was treated as proof of fear. If journalists avoided the story, audiences accused them of being controlled. This creates an impossible standard because the theory cannot be disproved. The more responsible approach is to separate three categories: what has been officially confirmed, what named individuals have alleged, and what online communities have speculated. Those categories may overlap, but they are not interchangeable. Diddy's confrontation is serious enough without inventing certainty. The real story may involve prison conflict, personal provocation, security failures, or something not yet publicly known. But while the world debates motives, another detail raises a more immediate concern. Diddy's own behavior may have made him even more vulnerable inside prison. The prison alcohol controversy, before the reported confrontation became the center of attention, and another prison-related controversy had already raised questions about Diddy's judgment and safety. Reports claimed that authorities found materials associated with homemade prison alcohol, often called pruno or hooch. These mixtures can be created from fruit, sugar, soft drinks, bread, or other ingredients left to ferment under unsanitary conditions. They are prohibited in correctional facilities and can pose serious health risks. The details surrounding Diddy's alleged involvement remain important. Being near contraband is not always the same as personally producing or consuming it, and public reports may not contain the full disciplinary record. Still, the story damaged the image his defense had presented of personal reform and sobriety. More importantly, homemade prison alcohol creates risks beyond punishment. A contaminated mixture can cause severe illness. Ingredients may spoil, develop dangerous bacteria, or be deliberately altered in a prison environment. Accepting food or drinks from the wrong person can become a matter of life and death. Even if no one intended harm, unsafe preparation alone can create a medical emergency. That reality gave conspiracy-minded viewers another angle. If someone wanted to hurt Diddy, they argued, contamination would provide an easier method than an open confrontation. Again, there is no verified evidence that anyone attempted to poison him. The theory remains speculation, but the fear is understandable. Diddy is not living in the protected celebrity world he once controlled. He cannot choose every person around him. He cannot guarantee that a favor is genuine or that a gift has no hidden cost. A man accustomed to being surrounded by employees and security now has to evaluate danger inside a system with its own rules. His celebrity may also complicate his relationships with other inmates. Some may admire him. Some may resent him. Some may believe proximity to him offers money or influence. Others may see him as a symbol of privilege, entering a world where privilege has limited value. Every decision becomes magnified. A prohibited drink can affect disciplinary status. A fight can affect housing, privileges, and release calculations. A rumor can provoke another confrontation, and fear can push someone into actions that create even greater danger. That may be the most important point. Diddy does not need a secret celebrity conspiracy to be at risk. Prison itself is dangerous enough. Yet outside those walls, Jaguar Wright's most explosive allegations were pulling the story far beyond Diddy and into the unresolved death of a woman named Kathy White. The Kathy White allegations. The story took an even darker turn when old allegations involving Kathy White resurfaced. White had previously been described in gossip reports as an alleged romantic connection of Jay-Z. After her death, online speculation questioned both the circumstances and the timing. Jaguar Wright later amplified those suspicions with extraordinary accusations involving Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and White's alleged pregnancy. These claims have not been established by credible public evidence, and they should not be treated as fact. But the allegations spread because they contained every element that drives celebrity conspiracy culture: a famous marriage, an alleged affair, a sudden death, disputed medical explanations, and the possibility of a hidden child. Online commentators began revisiting old blog posts and interviews that questioned whether White's reported cause of death told the complete story. Some posts claimed anonymous law enforcement sources had described the case as suspicious while awaiting medical findings. Anonymous sourcing, however, is difficult to evaluate years later, especially when original documents and official conclusions are not clearly presented. The internet often treats an unanswered question as proof of the most dramatic answer, but uncertainty does not automatically establish foul play. Jaguar's claims went further, suggesting that Beyoncé's pregnancy with Blue Ivy had been staged, and that White may have been the child's biological mother. There is no verified evidence supporting that allegation. It remains a highly personal and potentially harmful claim about real people and a child. Why, then, does the story continue to return? Because it challenges one of the most carefully maintained images in modern entertainment: the image of a powerful, united, almost untouchable family. When audiences suspect that an image is manufactured, they begin searching for the event that could destroy it. Diddy becomes relevant because commentators believe he moved close enough to those circles to know whether old rumors had any foundation. That does not mean he possesses such knowledge. It only explains why viewers imagine he might. The theory now works like this: Diddy knows damaging information. His legal position makes him unpredictable, and therefore powerful people may want him silent. It is a dramatic theory, but it remains unsupported by confirmed evidence. The responsible question is not, who ordered the attack? Because no order has been proven. The better question is, who benefits when unverified accusations become more powerful than verifiable facts? The answer may include influencers, gossip channels, rival fan groups, and anyone who understands that fear keeps viewers watching longer than uncertainty ever could. Why the public no longer trusts the industry. The biggest reason this story became believable is not Diddy, Jaguar Wright, Jay-Z, or Beyoncé individually. It is the public's collapsing trust in the entertainment industry as a whole. For decades, artists have described exploitative contracts, hidden abuse, blacklisting, intimidation, and executives who control careers through access. Some of those claims were dismissed for years before evidence eventually emerged. That history trained audiences to believe that today's crazy rumor may become tomorrow's documented scandal, but that lesson can be misused. Past cover-ups prove that powerful people are capable of wrongdoing. They do not prove that every new allegation is true. Each claim still requires its own evidence. Social media platforms reward certainty, outrage, and emotional intensity. A careful headline saying details remain unclear will often lose to a video declaring that a secret empire has ordered someone's destruction. The second version offers villains, danger, and a satisfying explanation. The first offers only patience. Patience performs badly online. That pressure affects creators too. Once one channel introduces an extreme theory, competitors often feel forced to push the story further. Diddy was involved in a fight becomes Diddy survived the setup. Then it becomes Diddy was targeted because he knows everything. Finally, famous names are attached because recognizable names attract clicks. By the end, viewers may forget which detail came from a report and which came from a commentator. The music industry also encourages this confusion by relying heavily on controlled statements. Publicists offer carefully worded denials. Attorneys speak only about narrow legal issues. Artists remain silent to avoid amplifying rumors. That silence leaves an empty space, and the internet fills empty spaces quickly. Diddy's situation is especially combustible because he once represented power. Watching a powerful man become isolated creates a sense that the hidden system is turning against one of its own. Whether that interpretation is accurate or not, it is emotionally compelling. Jay-Z and Beyoncé represent a different kind of power. Disciplined, private, and highly protected. The contrast practically writes the conspiracy by itself. One empire is collapsing publicly, while another remains untouched. But appearances are not evidence. The truth may eventually be less cinematic than the rumors. It could involve ordinary prison conflict, institutional security failures, personnel disputes, and sensational reporting. Or additional verified facts may emerge that change the story entirely. Until then, one issue remains unavoidable. If Diddy believes he is in danger, what options does he actually have? The silence before the next move. Diddy's next move may determine whether this story fades into another cycle of celebrity gossip or develops into something far more consequential. Inside prison, his immediate priorities are likely simple: physical safety, legal strategy, disciplinary consequences, and communication with his attorneys. Outside prison, however, every silence is being interpreted as preparation. Some viewers believe he will eventually reveal names. Others think he will protect former associates because exposing them could expose him too. A third group believes he has already lost the leverage people imagine he possesses, and that the idea of a secret list is mostly internet mythology. All three possibilities deserve consideration. Diddy built his career through relationships. Those relationships may include legitimate business knowledge, private disputes, embarrassing stories, or information connected to ongoing legal questions. But there is no public proof that he possesses evidence capable of destroying every major figure linked to him online. The fantasy of the all-knowing insider is powerful because it promises one dramatic moment when every hidden truth is revealed. Real investigations rarely work that way. Evidence appears slowly. Testimony is challenged. Documents require authentication. Witnesses contradict one another. Some claims collapse entirely. That slower process does not satisfy viewers waiting for a final celebrity reckoning. Meanwhile, the reported prison confrontation has already changed the atmosphere around Diddy. Whether the incident was random or intentional, it demonstrated that his fame cannot guarantee safety. It may also complicate his disciplinary position and affect how prison officials manage his housing. Solitary confinement can protect someone from immediate contact, but it also creates isolation, stress, and limited access to ordinary prison life. Protection and punishment can look disturbingly similar from inside the same locked room, and that may be the real cliffhanger. Diddy once controlled rooms filled with influential people. Now other people control when his door opens. He He once shaped artists' careers and public narratives. Now, strangers online are shaping his story faster than he can respond. Jaguar Wright's allegations continue to circulate. Jay-Z and Beyoncé remain central characters in theories that have not been proven. Tory Lanez's attack is repeatedly presented as part of the same pattern, despite no verified link. Every old rumor is being pulled back into the light, but beneath the noise is one undeniable reality. Fear changes people. If Diddy believes former allies abandoned him, he may reconsider loyalty. If he believes his life is at risk, survival may become more important than reputation. And if investigators possess information the public has never seen, the next major development may come not from a viral interview, but from a courtroom filing, an official record, or testimony under oath. For now, the world is watching a locked door and wondering who will speak first when it finally opens. The real power behind the story. When all the rumors, accusations, prison reports, celebrity names, and viral theories are stripped away, one truth remains. Power does not only come from money, fame, or influence. Power also comes from controlling the story people believe. For years, Diddy represented one version of power. He built brands, shaped careers, entered elite rooms, and created an image of someone who could survive any controversy. Jay-Z and Beyoncé represent another version, carefully protected, selective, disciplined, and rarely pulled into public chaos without a calculated response. Now, those worlds are colliding inside one enormous online narrative. But the most important strategic lesson is that the public must not confuse repetition with proof. A claim repeated across hundreds of channels can still begin with one unverified source. A dramatic pattern can feel convincing without establishing a real connection. And a powerful person's silence can have many explanations beyond guilt. At the same time, blindly trusting celebrity images is also dangerous. History has shown that influence can protect misconduct, delay accountability, and discourage people from speaking. That is why viewers should remain curious, but curiosity must be guided by evidence, not hatred. The strongest position is not believing everything or dismissing everything. It is asking better questions. Who confirmed the information? Is there an official document? Is the source named? Are allegations clearly separated from facts? Does the story rely on evidence, or does it rely on fear? Dramatic editing and famous names? Those questions protect the audience from manipulation. There is also a deeper human lesson here. Violence should never be treated as entertainment, simply because the person involved is famous or controversial. Prison attacks, threats, and public humiliation affect real human beings. Accountability is necessary, but accountability should come through lawful investigation, credible evidence, and fair legal processes, not revenge, mob pressure, or online fantasies about someone being harmed. If Diddy has information relevant to serious wrongdoing, the responsible path is for that information to reach investigators, attorneys, and courts. If Jaguar Wright or anyone else possesses evidence, that evidence should be examined carefully. And if claims cannot be proven, innocent people should not be condemned simply because a conspiracy is more exciting than the truth. The entertainment industry may be full of secrets, but truth does not become stronger when it is mixed with speculation. It becomes harder to recognize. So what happens next? Maybe official records will reveal that the prison confrontation was exactly what it first appeared to be, a personal dispute that escalated. Maybe future testimony will expose new connections. Or maybe the public will discover that several unrelated events were combined into one story because that version generated more attention. Whatever happens, the final lesson is simple. Demand truth. Reject violence. Protect victims. And never allow celebrity worship or celebrity hatred to replace independent thinking. Do you believe Diddy is preparing to reveal major industry secrets? Press 1 inch the comments if you think more information is coming. Or press 2 if you believe the internet has turned unrelated events into one massive conspiracy. Share this video with someone who follows hip-hop news. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more carefully examined stories from the world of rap. Fame, power, and controversy.